Hey guys, so today I'm going to be discussing the Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer, which is so far Cinder, Scarlet, and Cress. And there are going to be 2 more books in the series and I am so excited for them. I guess the first part of this will just be kind of telling you my thoughts on it and, you know, how much I liked it and everything. And in the second part I will get into more of a discussion about it, so we'll have spoilers and I'll let you know to leave before then if you haven't read this. First off, I just want to say that I really do like these 3 books and that if you haven't read them and you're looking for a new series to start, I would highly suggest this one. They are sci-fi retellings of fairy tales. And don't let that put you off if you're not into sci-fi, because I don't really read much sci-fi, but I absolutely loved this. They're just really fun, entertaining reads. And if you like sci-fi, then you'll probably like this. And if you like fairy tales, you'll probably like this. But even if you don't, I think you will still enjoy it. So first we will talk about Cinder, which is the first book in the series. And this is a retelling of Cinderella, which I'm sure you could have guessed by the title and the shoe. And I really love this cover. I just think it's a really cool cover that kind of draws you in. And this one is my least favorite of the series, although I really do love it. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. It's really, really entertaining, but I found it a bit predictable, which going into it you would think that because you know the story of Cinderella that it would be predictable, but those weren't really the parts that were predictable to me. It was other things that I just found pretty predictable. I really like Cinder. She's a very strong character and I love strong females, so I really, really do love Cinder. And Prince Kai is the love interest and I like him. I'm not in love with him or anything, but he is really cool and I was always rooting for them to be together, so I did like him. And then I loved her little android, Aiko, I think her name is. I love her. She's really funny. Overall, yeah, I really liked it. It was 4 out of 5 stars. The second book of the series, Scarlet, and this is a retelling of Red Riding Hood. I also gave this one 4 out of 5 stars, although I did like it more than Cinder. And in this one, you still have Cinder and Kai, but now we have new characters, Scarlet and Wolf, and just all of their stories are intertwined and you get perspectives from all the different characters. I don't like the character of Scarlet as much as I like the character of Cinder, but I still really did like Scarlet. She was pretty cool, and I really liked Wolf. I do like Wolf more than I like Kai. He's just, you know, he's like a big bad guy, but he's really a softie, and I just really liked him. I thought he was wonderful. And I found this one to be a lot less predictable because I was actually predicting things that were going to happen within this, and then I was completely wrong. So, but with Cinder, every time I predict something, it would be something that would happen. The third book in the series, Cress, which I gave 5 out of 5 stars. I absolutely love this one. This is definitely my favorite so far. And I just adore this book. And this is a retelling of Rapunzel, and I absolutely love Captain Thorn. I think that's why I love this one so much. Captain Thorn is my favorite character of the entire series. Definitely. He is my type of guy. I think that there's a different love interest in each book, and I think most people really like all 3, but you know, they have their one type of guy. And mine is Thorn. He is like sarcastic and funny and charming and kind of like a jerk a little bit, but it's like endearing. I don't know. I just really love characters like that because I find them more complex. And I also really liked Cress too. I don't know if I love Cress more than Cinder, but I might. I don't know. I do really like Cress. At first, you know, she kept talking about being the damsel in distress, and it didn't really bother me. Like, most of the time if there's a character that's like wanting to be saved, it really, really bothers me. But with her, I kind of understood her and I understood why. She definitely grew as a character, and then that made me love her even more. I also didn't think that this one was predictable either. This one had a really cute romance. They all have romance in them, but this one is just so cute, which I'm sure different people find the different romances really cute, but for me, this is the one. So yeah, I just definitely really recommend that series, and I absolutely love it. And if you haven't read them, I suggest that you go pick them up. I'm sure that you'll really like them. So next, I'm going to go into a little bit more detail of a discussion of each book for people that have read the books. So yeah, if you haven't read the book, bye! Okay, so it's been a while since I've read these books. I finished Cress probably like a month ago, but Cinder I read a while ago, probably in May, so it's not fresh in my mind, which is not the best for like a discussion on a book, but I did put little things in here, so I will open up and I'll rediscover and discuss with you. These things might not even be important, but they were obviously things I thought were important at the time. The first one I have is when Peony was taken because she got the disease. I thought that was really sad because that was like the only person in Cinder's family that she really like loved and that loved her. And the second part of that I flagged is when you find out that Cinder is immune, and I think by this point I was kind of guessing that she was Lunar. The next part is when Kai's father dies, and I just thought it was really sad. We didn't really know Kai's father, but it was just sad for Kai. Like, not only did his dad die, but then he has to like take over being in charge of this whole country. The next part I seem to think was important was when Kai asked Cinder to the ball. I thought it was really cute because I just wanted them to be together. The next part that I have is when they do tell Cinder that she is Lunar, and I had guessed this before it happened, I'm pretty sure. And I don't know if by this point I was already guessing that she was Princess Celine, but pretty far ahead I had guessed that, and I think a lot of people had. I don't even think that these points really have that much meaning, but I'm awful at reviewing books, sorry guys. Oh, and then this next part is when Cinder went and found Peony because they had the antidote, and then right before Cinder was gonna give it to Peony, she passed away, and that was so sad because, you know, that is like the one person that Cinder actually sees as family, and it was horrible because she was just about to give her the antidote. Oh, and then this next part was really sad too, is when Audrey, Cinder's stepmother, disembodied Aiko, and Cinder just had her personality chip with her, and that was so sad because that's like her best friend. I hated Cinder's stepmother. She was horrible. I mean, obviously we know we're gonna hate her because Cinderella, but she was so awful. And then this next part I have flagged is when Cinder and Kai kissed, and I melted because they were kissing and I'd been waiting. Then it was awful because he wouldn't kiss her back. I think Kai was just very confused at that point, and I just wanted Kai and Cinder together. And then this next part I have is when the queen made Cinder kind of put the gun to her head, and she resisted the queen and was able to pull her hand away. I mean, it was really hard for her, but she still did it, and I was proud of her. And then the last point I have is when Dr. Erlin says, "My dear girl, you are Princess Celine." I think most of us predicted it before it happened, but you know, it was still like the big reveal. Leave me a comment below and tell me what your thoughts on this book were, and let me know if you thought that it was also quite predictable. Next we'll talk about Scarlet, and I have quite a bit more little post-it things in here than I did in Cinder, so let's just get into it. The first important thing that I flagged was the introduction of Carswell Thorne. I knew I was gonna love him from the beginning. And this next part is when Wolf says that he wants to help Scarlet, and at this point I did not trust Wolf at all. Like, I was like, he's gonna be a bad. I think that that's something that I should have realized, that Wolf was gonna be a love interest, but I really thought he was a bad guy. But this next part is when they put Aiko's chip into the ship, and I loved when Aiko said, "I'm enormous." And this is the part when Wolf pretty much says that like his pack is the one that stole her grandmother. At this point I definitely trusted Wolf, and I was like completely turned around and I was like, listen to everything he's saying, trust everything he's saying. And then this is the part which I didn't suspect, is when she kind of finds out that she is half Lunar, that she's part Lunar, that like her father was half Lunar. And this part I think I just thought was important just because Scarlet and Wolf kissed and it was passionate and adorable, and I loved it. As you can tell, I'm a big romance lover. I love cute couples. It's my favorite thing ever. If you have any book recommendations of books with really cute couples in them, leave them below because I just really love really cute couples. This is the part when like Scarlet and Wolf go into the building where her grandmother is, and I was just like really scared. I was like, oh my god, there's like people waiting in there, they're gonna get ya. And then this is the part when Scarlet finds out that Wolf is Lunar, and sorry if the lighting has gone kind of weird. My camera died, I had to charge it for a bit. Ooh, and then this part that I have is when, I think it's when Cinder and Thorne go into Scarlet's grandmother's house and they like find stuff that had Cinder there, like Cinder was there. Oh, and then this is the part when like Wolf comes in and kisses Scarlet, and Scarlet does not trust Wolf by this point and it's like, what the heck? But then when he kissed her, he slipped something into her mouth and it was ID chip. I literally don't even remember. I remember like thinking, oh, that was really clever. Now I can't even remember what the ID chip was for. And this is when they're all like in that diner, and then all of like the Wolf people come for them. They like find out that the Wolf people, the like wolf lunars or whatever, are like attacking everywhere. Like the whole world is not just where they were at for them. It's everywhere, and it's freaking crazy. Remember when I said that her grandmother died back there? I lied, because her grandmother died right here, and it's still really, really sad. Oh, and then Rand like gets to Scarlet and he like is totally gonna kill her, but then Wolf shows up. When like Wolf is with Scarlet, they're like controlling him, and then he gets like shot in the neck by Cinder and Thorn. That's like when all of them meet up, and that's like, I love that part. This is when like Kai realizes that Queen Levana, whatever, is like totally spying on them and listening to everything he's saying, and she's such an evil woman. This is when Kai agrees to marry the queen, and Kai, like, I know that you're trying to do the right thing and that you think that this is gonna help, but it's really not, because she's just gonna kill you and then you're gonna be gone and it's gonna be horrible and it's gonna break Cinder's little heart. And then also, once you're gone, she's gonna take over your Earth, and she's gonna be the ruler of freaking everything, and she's awful. This is like when Scarlet and Wolf are talking, and she like says that he saved her, whatever, and he says that he knew that they were gonna torture her to get information out of her grandmother, but that he couldn't like stand by and watch that, and he said, but that he knew that they would kill him. And he says, I think I realized that I would rather die because I betrayed them than live because I betrayed you. And those two. Oh, and these are so cute when they're like talking, and he says that he knows that she's probably doesn't want anything to do with him, but that, you know, he wants to be with her and everything. And then she says, Wolf, are you asking me to be your alpha female? And I just thought it was so cute and so like funny. I don't know, I just thought it was adorable. And then the last page is really good too, and Cinder says she's gonna let Wolf train her, and she's gonna find Dr. Erland, let him teach her how to win against the queen. She's gonna stop hiding, and she's gonna take down that queen. The next one we'll talk about is Cress. The first thing I have is the first page when it says that Cress is trapped on a satellite instead of a tower. I just thought it was really cool. Ooh, and then this is like when Dr. Erland like pretty much finds out that the Ledomosis changing and lunars are not going to be immune to it anymore. I just thought that was really weird, because, you know, that was like the one thing that we knew that they were immune. This is when they come to rescue Scarlet, that woman that like trapped Cress there is on the ship, and they like, you know, fight or whatever, and then she takes Scarlet with her, and like this whole book freaking Scarlet is with her, and it was nerve-wracking. And then this is when Thorn and Cress meet. And it's wonderful because, you know, Cress has her little crush on him, and she's been like researching him and everything, and it's so creepy, but it's completely real because that's me. You know, I'm kind of creepy when it comes to having crushes, but I never really have crushes on attainable people. They're either fictional or celebrities. So this is when those people that found Cress and Thorn like in the desert totally like betray Cress, and they put her in the back part and like kidnap her. I totally trusted them, and I thought they were good people. This is when Kai is like fighting for cyborg rights, and he wants to end the cyborg draft, and I was really proud of Kai because he wants equality. And when Dr. Erland like realizes that Cress is his daughter, like he does like the test, and she definitely is his daughter, and I was just like the whole time wanting him to tell her. And this is when Cinder goes and comes to take Kai, and he's like totally not into it. Obviously he's like, what the heck, like I don't even know if anything you've told me is ever true and everything. And I was just like, believe her, Kai, please believe her. But then, you know, she just takes him anyway. She shoots him with one of those darts things and just takes him, just kidnaps the prince. No big a deal. And this is the part when Dr. Erland knows that he has the virus and thanks Thorn for taking care of Cress, but that he still doesn't deserve her, and then locks himself in the quarantine room. And it was so horrible because him and Cress never got to have a relationship, and I really wanted them to have a relationship, and he always helped Cinder and everything, so I just kind of liked him, and it was really sad. Then when Cress finds out that he was her father, and then they have to like leave him behind, there was her father that she never knew that she had, and then he was dying, and that's just so horrible. Ugh. And then they like totally get out of everything, and everything's going fine, and then they go up to their ship, and there is that woman and some soldiers, and they're like trapped with nowhere to go. They're like bamfs, so they do it anyway, but you know. Cinder finally tells Kai that she is Princess Celine because Kai's been looking for Princess Celine forever, you know, and like she's known this whole time that Princess Celine is alive because it's her, and she finally tells him. Cinder and Kai finally kiss, and I was so happy because I've just been waiting for them to be together, you know, and it was so cute and lovely. And that is all that I have for this book. So leave a comment below and tell me like what your thoughts of Cress were, and also leave a comment and tell me which of the boys is your favorite. Sorry for being so crap at making book review / discussion type videos. I'm just not very good at it. Hope you liked the video regardless, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. I'm going to shut up, dogs. This is a retelling of, Lunar Chronicles, what am I doing? Okay, so the second thing. What the hell am I doing? For them? Oh my god. I mean, I don't like see people and like, oh, okay, I kinda do. Thank